we're good. All right. Sorry, my hair looks fucked up. I just streamed for like 5 fucking hours. We're gonna be doing that a lot over spring break, so stay tuned for that. I probably won't do it as much early in the week when like no one's gonna be in the Discord server and stuff. But later on in the week, I probably will. I'm just gonna focus on content creation early on so I can get videos out. I'm almost done with my Groundhog Day review. I'll probably get going on that tomorrow and try to get that out, and then we're gonna watch another movie. But here we go. Let's talk basketball, man. Friday, March 7th. I go to SIUE, so shout out to SIUE, by the way, for getting in the win in the OVC tournament. That's awesome. I think it's the semifinal. Let me look at some things. I don't know if they play tomorrow. I'm just looking around at stuff. Don't mind me. Let me see when SIUE plays next. I think they play SEMO in the championship. Oh, they play today. Fuck yeah, man. Let's go. SIUE plays SEMO in the OVC championship. Wait, let me look something up real quick. If you win the OVC championship, do you make the tournament? Do you make March Madness? So, okay. So if you win the OVC title, holy fuck. If you win the OVC title, you get to go to March Madness. I think. It says, spanning 4 days as teams compete and earn a bid. Okay, sorry. Dude, that's a huge game. I'm going to have to watch that tomorrow. But getting into the NBA, I got kind of sidetracked. That's the beauty of a stream, though. We don't have to edit. Let's get into the Cavs and Hornets to start the night. Obviously, there's an elephant in the room here with editor reacts, shouts flight. Let's get into Cavs Hornets because, man, the Hornets actually put up a fight here. But the NBA leading Cavaliers win their 13th straight game, rallying. They barely edge out the Hornets. They win by a point. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell, good scoring night for him. And they rally. They get a victory. Obviously, it was tough with guys like LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges kind of having the connection for Charlotte. Made for some great basketball, though. Miles Bridges was hitting threes. Yeah, DeAndre Hunter, such an athletic player. That was sick. Tijan Salon's a guy that plays for Charlotte, and they're trying to kind of develop him. But you look at the Cavs, 19 points, 10 rebounds for Evan Mobley. Shout out my boy. Really good fantasy performance. 14 points, 11 rebounds for Jarrett Allen. You get a 20-point performance for Darius Garland, who shot 50% from three, and 24 points for Donovan Mitchell. Looking at the Hornets, holy fucking shit. 46 points for Miles Bridges off of 40% three-point shooting. No wonder they were competitive in this one. You get 12 points, 15 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic. He's actually been a really good addition for them. It's just, man, I've always been very questionable on Josh Green, and he proves my questionability here. I don't know why he starts. I mean, they have Moussa Diabate, Dejan Salon, Seth Curry. Hell, they even have Damian Baugh. They have Nick Smith Jr. They have some really good young guys that they're kind of trying to develop. I just don't like Josh Green that much, and he doesn't really fit in the system as well as he did with the Mavericks. So that's kind of my issue. Yeah, whatever. Jazz Raptors, I know this is a toilet bowl game, but again, we got to talk about it. It's close basketball. Emmanuel quickly scores a season-high 34 points as the Raptors overcome Walker Kessler's 25 boards. They beat the Jazz by 9. Emmanuel quickly having one of his best games of the season. Great rebounding effort for Walker Kessler. That's obviously a young, traditional big man in this league that is going to be making marks very, very soon rather than later. And not just rebounding the ball. That guy's very aggressive. He gets to the rim. He gets big. He'd be very valued on a team like the Lakers. I don't know why the Lakers didn't try to pursue him. Really good basketball here, man. Walker Kessler, though, it was his show. I mean, KJ actually had some dope, tough shots. And guys like Keontae George was making it tough, on the offensive end. Man, I mean, you look at the Jazz, all they really had was Walker Kessler going 18 points, 25 rebounds, not much of anything else. I know I said some praises for KJ Martin, but he continues to struggle as a starter. Doesn't really give them what they need. I mean, Kyle Filipowski is there. Is it Cody Williams? Cody Williams is there. Johnny Juzang is there. Keontae George is there off the bench. I don't know why we are starting KJ Martin over players like that. whatever. I mean, the Raptors had 22 points and 12 rebounds out of Scotty Barnes and 34 points out of Emmanuel Quickley, who shot 50%. He had a great performance. We saw flat flickers of talent in New York, and now he's doing it on the Raptors. So that is fun to see. Moving on, though, we have a couple more games, 2 more games to talk about. Let's first talk about the Timberwolves and the Heat. As Mike Conley, Naz Reid, Mike Conley, Naz Reid, and Dante DiVincenzo lead the Timberwolves to a 2-point victory over the Heat. Obviously, solid scoring for Mike Conley, Naz Reid, and Dante DiVincenzo. Nothing too crazy. This is their 4th straight victory, though, and when, Anthony Edwards, he played pretty good, but not the greatest shooting splits. He hasn't been very offensively involved as a franchise player really should be. They win, though. Bam's shot for the win is off the mark. Obviously, Jaden McDaniels had some late buckets. Bam Adebayo made it tough, though. I mean, he was getting to the rim and being aggressive, and the Heat were going on runs at points in this game. Pretty good basketball, though. You look at the Timberwolves, 13 points, 10 rebounds for Julius Randle, 13 points, 13 rebounds for Anthony Edwards. That's really all they had. You look at the Heat, 29 points and 13 rebounds for Bam Adebayo. I mean, I'm sure Bam Adebayo has been seeing all the agendas on social media. He's been listening to everybody, and he's done something about it. He's been playing great recently. 22 points for Tyler Hero off of 50% three-point shooting. They had freaking Pele Larson in the damn game. I mean, what the hell are we doing? Duncan Robinson's on this team. Hayden Highsmith's on this team. Terry Rozier's on this team. Why is Pele Larson starting? I mean, there are some very weird rotational decisions going around the NBA recently. What the fuck? I guess they played those players more, but Terry Rozier should definitely get more minutes on this team. I know he hasn't had the greatest season, and he's not very efficient. Definitely more efficient than Pele Larson. I don't know. Moving on, though, Suns and Nuggets. Holy shit, what a fucking game. This game did not disappoint. Went to OT. The Nuggets got the win, and my, oh my. Nikola Jokic has 31 points, 22 assists, and 21 rebounds in the Nuggets' 8-point overtime win over the Suns. One of the craziest NBA stat lines, literally like some Russell Westbrook type shit. My fucking goodness. I mean, insane scoring, insane rebounding, and for as good of a passer as he is, one of the best passing performances he has had in his career. Can you fathom going on an NBA court, 31 points, 21 rebounds, 22 assists? That is unheard of. I mean, obviously they went to overtime. They did lose a 21-point lead, so truthfully, Nikola Jokic shouldn't have had to do what that he did, but my goodness, the first ever 30-20-20 game, and just when it can't get any better, it seems. This guy just continues to set scoring accolades, statistical accolades. This guy is one of a kind, unique player. There will never be anyone like this, just passing the rock around. He does everything for this team. He is the team in some aspects. Like, there are teams out there that don't get sometimes don't get 20 rebounds in a game. Sometimes don't get 22 assists in a game, and that sounds ridiculous, but it happens sometimes. And Jokic is doing those two by himself. Man, I mean, KD obviously forcing overtime, being the clutch player he is. Him and like Christian Brown were going at it. Yeah, man, Christian Brown's a dog, dude. He played great. D-Book was hitting tough shots. Really good game of basketball here. 29 points out of Kevin Durant, 34 points out of Devin Booker off of 50% three-point shooting. You get Mason Plumlee coming off the bench, getting 18 points and 11 rebounds. Bol is just not it. And obviously they did realize that, they played guys like Royce O'Neal. They started to play guys like Mason Plumlee, Grayson Allen. They played guys even like Tyus Jones. Bol is not it. I mean, he is way too inconsistent to be a starting big man, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you could easily just slide him in at the backup big. He just did not play great basketball. And again, they made the adjustment. It's just Jokic had a one-of-a-kind statistical game. As we look forward to tomorrow, obviously the elephant in the room, we all know the game we are hyped about is the Lakers and the Celtics. But come on, the Pistons play the Warriors as well. That's going to be some great basketball. 2 really good games coming up at 7:30 tomorrow, and the games get done pretty early. So we will have to see what happens. But I'm out, guys. I got to get going to bed. I'm going to wake up tomorrow, work on some homework, read, do my treadmill shit, work on my Groundhog Day video, do all that